What's good, YouTube? Capt-corndogg here. New intro, new me. You know the dealy. Just gonna wrap it out. Actually, yeah, let's just wrap this entire commentary. No, you know what? This is a tough commentary for me. I've done it. This is my 5th time doing it because I'm so out of practice. And yeah, it's a long video. Not that I've run out of things to talk about. It's just that I've forgotten how to pace myself. With Handgun Only Guy, my big struggle was that I didn't care, well, not care, but I wasn't intrigued in enough things that I would want to talk about them in commentary. So it was hard for me to have any ideas for commentaries, you know. So I might have a beautiful gameplay of like 27-2 or, you know, whatever, TDM, something like that, something just incredible, but I wouldn't have any kind of topic to discuss it with. And I never liked the idea of just putting music over gameplay. I know a lot of people do that, and I mean, more power to them, because if it works well, it works well. I just kind of thought that would be a boring thing for people to watch me run around looking for guys, trying to flip spawn by myself and do all the work. The channel that you're on right now, if it gets any kind of fame, it's going to be mostly live commentaries, face cams, just whatever I feel like doing. The gameplay you're watching right now was the old me, somewhat of a bastard, kind of self-indulged, all about himself, all about the numbers. He didn't know what YouTube was all about. He also didn't know the process of, you know, how to be, dedicated and how to work at things. The guy that you're watching right now, not the guy you're listening to, but the guy you're watching, didn't want to work for anything. He dreamt up big ideas before he ever put like his spade in the ground. You know, he had already built the building in his head, and he was hiring employees without a building. That's the best analogy I can use. This channel, it's gonna be one of those stereotypical gaming channels. So, you know, whatever I really feel like posting, I do have good ideas, you know, but the difference is now that I'm not putting the ideas. I'm not promising things in advance, you know. I've got my ideas worked out. I think them through. I talk to my friends about them. Then I kind of put them into action. I prototype the idea, and yeah, you know, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That being said, I have about 10 videos that I'm editing right now at once to kind of not create a schedule for myself, but to sort of, how do I say, to just cover myself, you know, for the future. So if I want to upload something, hey, I'll upload something. The most recent uploads on this channel, I believe there's 2 of them, would be Ugly Guns, which is a series that I do, that I'll always do for any game that I play, well, any COD game at least. And then also Optic Zombies. Optic Zombies was kind of a weird idea, and I don't think people really got the full impact, I guess, for want of a better word, the full impact of it. But it was sort of a trolling thing. Now, trolling, I don't really want to do on my channel because, for one, I think that there's a golden rule that I heard. I forget who the commentator was, but they said that anything is cool in a game until it's done to you. For instance, you know, the thing I see most, which I can honestly say I've never done, is you put a bouncing Betty down and then a shock charge next to it. You know, and I mean, yeah, it gets you kills, but as soon as that's done to you, the person is a bitch, is a scrub, is a noob, you know, is an ass, whatever. So I think that trolling, you'll never see me like really trolling people. But this Optic Zombies thing, it was pretty harmless, you know. It was a case of me just yelling at the top of my lungs, and I do have a second video planned for it. But you know, I think that in the past while, I've sort of grown and matured to see what is really important in my life. And whereas before I'd always thought that YouTube, I would just get big, get famous, never have to worry about anything again, where I was looking at that completely wrong, obviously. And when I quit, I mean, there was nothing, but I really needed to quit, because had I not, I never would have really worked at school. I never would have realized what I really wanted to do, and I never would have been accepted to university, which was the most monumental thing. I cried my eyes out because I never thought I'd get there, but you know, I've been accepted to the programs, all 3 that I chose at university. I'm going into communication, media, and film, which is a lot of production kind of stuff. From my understanding of it, there's also like a design and advertisement kind of deal to it. But that's the gist of it. I'm really kind of wishing that I'd started this video at the halftime of this Dom game, but no, I do kind of need to talk. Those of you who know about Project Network Zero, this was a prime example of what YouTube shouldn't be. Now, this is in no way to be any kind of bash on my friend Chris. I'm Super Soldier. Project Network Zero was this talk show that we had decided to dream up, so that we'd get all the tiny channels, all the nobodies together to try and create some kind of community. Now, the problem was, I mean, it was a great idea, it still is, but the problem is that we tried to start too big, and we were looking at, instead of working out good schedules and working out, all the big details, we were looking at like, oh, what if we do this kind of layered design or this kind of, topic or this or this or this, We never really grew it from the beginning, It's kind of like buying a seed and expecting to eat a pear on the way home or an apple on the way home. You have to wait for something to grow until you can eat the apple. Well, I've been using a lot of analogies today. I've done this commentary how many times now. But, we scrapped the idea. I don't know if it'll ever come back. If it does, I'd love to be a part of it again because it was fun. But the issue is that it wasn't thought out entirely, and we really put the cart before the horse. If anyone knows what that means. What am I doing these days on YouTube? I am just gonna have fun. I tried to record some PC gameplay, but it wasn't recording. Well, it recorded, but it didn't render very well, and I couldn't open it in my editing software. But that's another thing. That's just a minor glitch. I think that my biggest lesson was really that I can't base my channel off of any other. When I started YouTube, I wanted to be the next Only Use Me Blade or the next Only Use Knife, which is a terrible way to look at it. You have to join something to be someone new. You have to, and that's the problem with growing a YouTube channel, which you'll hear from every commentator. You got to be something fresh, something that people want to see. The ideas that I cook up in my head day to day, yeah, they could be good. They're definitely amazing ideas in my head, but how they translate to the viewers and to the subscribers, I don't know. I'll have to see. And you should definitely stay tuned to see how those ideas translate into YouTube. But my friend Chris and I are going to be putting together a competitive PlayStation 3 Black Ops 2 team. Now, by no means do you need to be God, the God of COD. Please do not think that way, because neither of us are. Individually, I'd say we're both pretty good players. Obviously, there's always room for improvement. That's no bashing between my friend and I. We both admit that we have good games and bad games. The competitive idea, I just kind of started looking into competitive gaming. I think it'd be kind of cool to be a part of that, or at least experience not the big tournaments. I'm not talking about playing against Optic. I mean, what if, what if we just started a team and, started hanging out and playing together and met a cool group of guys, I just think that'd be a fun idea to do. The team is called Foxtrot Gaming. There's a Twitter that Chris is running. Such and such, on and on. Yeah, there's just the two of us so far, so if anyone is interested, I don't really think the tryout, if there is going to be a tryout, would be very strenuous. I mean, we'd just play a few games, and if you're good, I mean, you're in. That being said, my KD is probably like 1.3. I mean, so by no means am I going to be able to just solemnly say you're a bad player or anything. But Curtis, I know you're watching. I love you to death, buddy. We'll definitely do another dual com soon. I'm going to be getting an Xbox Live card. If you're not subscribed to my two closest friends on YouTube, youtube.com/poopinonscrubs, youtube.com/IamSuperSoldier. I'll drop their channel links in the description. If you're new here, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. There's good things to come. Captain Corndogg signing out. See you later, guys.